It was the autumn of 1977. Peggy Hodgson moved with her children into a modest house in Enfield, London. They hoped for a fresh start, but the house felt wrong. Something unseen, something waiting. The first nights were quiet, almost peaceful, until the knocking began. Faint, soft, echoing through the walls. At first, they thought it was the wind. But then, the knocks grew louder. The children woke in fear. Someone, or something, was inside. Then it began. A heavy wooden chair scraped across the floor. The sound made Peggy freeze. Her heart pounded. No one had touched it. The house seemed alive. Watching, waiting. Books, cups, toys, all started flying. The room became a whirlwind of objects, each one thrown as if by invisible hands. The air itself felt heavy, thick, almost breathing. Darkness had settled. Janet, only 11, screamed. Her bed lifted violently. Sheets twisted around her, like living coils. Shadows curled in the corners, moving and stretching, as if they were watching her. The terror was real. Neighbors came to help. Walls shook violently. What they saw would haunt them forever. Janet levitated several feet above her bed, her wide eyes frozen in horror, suspended by something no one could see. And then, the voices began. Deep, guttural sounds, coming from the children. Mocking, threatening, chilling to the bone. It was no longer the house making noise. It was something else. Something alive. The chaos grew worse. Chairs tipped over. Doors slammed. Toys flew across rooms. The house had become a storm of fear. No one was safe. Shadows twisted along the walls, crawling like dark fingers. The children whispered to each other. The house was alive. They watched, in disbelief, as furniture moved on its own. Objects floated. The air itself seemed to shiver with menace. Even the most skeptical were shaken. Voices spoke, in languages no one could understand. The impossible was happening before their eyes. The house became aggressive. Doors slammed shut. The children were dragged across the floor, by hands that could not be seen. Night after night, terror never stopped. Fear settled, like dust, over every corner. Peggy lived in constant dread. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper in the walls, made her heart jump. The evil was always watching, always waiting. Janet awoke one morning, with deep scratches on her arms, claw marks, as if someone had tried to tear her away in the night. The voices grew stronger, whispering threats, mocking, relentless. Fear had become their constant companion. Neighbors reported shadows moving behind curtains, objects floating in rooms. Fear spread down the street. Everyone wondered what had taken hold of that house. One night, chaos peaked. Objects flew violently. Doors slammed. Children screamed. The house seemed alive, hungry. Even experienced investigators were stunned. Chairs flipped. Objects moved without touch. Whispers filled the air, cold, merciless. The voices could not be ignored. Deep, guttural tones spoke directly to the children, commanding, threatening, echoing through every corner of the home. Furniture became a weapon. Chairs, tables, cabinets, all lurched forward, thrown by an invisible, vengeful force. Every movement carried terror. Nothing was safe. The screams echoed, blending with the voices, creating a symphony of fear. The house had claimed the night. Darkness ruled every room. Sometimes, there was silence, a calm that felt worse than chaos itself. The family knew it would return, and when it did, it was stronger. Objects flew with greater force. Shadows twisted in unnatural shapes. The children were terrorized, night after night. The house had a life of its own, dark and hungry. After months of terror, the investigators left. Some activity slowed, but the fear, the scars, remained. Every corner of the home held memories of terror. To this day, the Enfield Poltergeist is one of the most chilling, documented hauntings in history. A reminder that sometimes, evil is not a story, it is real.